Good morning. Are you Paul Hernandez Castillo? And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Castillo, in cause number 250187, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of solicitation of prostitution from December 19th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes.
Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 2-year deferred adjudicated probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization?
This is a huge warning from the judge. For non-citizens, a guilty plea doesn't just mean probation, it could mean deportation. Imagine facing both a legal sentence and losing the chance to stay in the country. What would you do in that situation? Take the plea or risk trial?
Then, Mr. Castillo, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. I'm going to waive the pre-sentence report. I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, defer all proceedings for a period of 2 years. You'll be placed on probation. You're ordered to pay the fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And at the end of the probation, if you successfully complete it, the case will be dismissed and you will never have a felony conviction. The other side to that is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, you could be found guilty of the offense, and you could be sentenced to the state jail prison.
Here's the catch. Probation sounds like mercy, but it's really a test. One slip-up, miss a meeting, fail a drug test, or even fall behind on payments. And this deal flips into prison time. Do you think probation is truly a second chance, or just a trap waiting to snap shut?
All right, sir, are you Justin Dwayne Wallace? And this is 241590. Mr. Wallace, you're charged with a second-degree felony offense of indecency with a child by sexual contact from October 1st of 2021. Your indictment alleges you were previously convicted of possession of a controlled substance, a second-degree felony, March 21st of 2006, in 2 cases on that same day. What that means is that if you go to trial in this case and you're found guilty, your punishment would be enhanced to that of a first-degree felony, which is between 5 years and up to 99 years or life in prison. Do you understand? And I have a plea bargain rejection that has your signature on it with Mr. Lewis's here that shows that the district attorney's office has made an offer, if you wanted to enter a plea of guilty, for a cap of 15 years in prison. And I know Mr. Lewis has gone over that, but what that means is that if you wanted to take that deal, you would be leaving your punishment up to me. And if I followed the agreement, I could not give you more than 15 years. I could give you 15, I can give you less, I can consider probation. It would all depend on the information that was brought to me at a sentencing hearing. You have every right to reject that offer and have your case set for trial. I just want to make sure you understand what the possible consequences are and what your options are. And do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And do you want to reject that offer and have your case set for trial?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we'll get that done. And so, Mr. Wallace, Mr. Lewis has been appointed to represent you. He's one of the attorneys who handles a lot of cases for me as a court-appointed attorney. With your permission, I can release him today. I can appoint another attorney today who could begin preparation for trial a little quicker. Is that okay with you? Okay, that's fine. So Mr. Lewis will remain your attorney. We'll set it on the trial docket, and he'll begin preparation for trial. And we've already got CPS records back and everything that we were waiting on, correct?
Right, that's what we're waiting on. Just
Okay,
we got it.
perfect. All right, we'll get it set for trial. Stay in touch with Mr. Lewis. He'll let you know when you need to be back. Good morning. Are you James Calvin Wheeler?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Wheeler was previously in court. This is 231800. Mr. Wheeler's on probation for fraudulent use or possession of identifying information, a state jail felony. There was a motion to revoke filed, pled true to all of the allegations in that motion to revoke. And what is the announcement?
Judge, this is,
I mean, not what's the announcement, what's your position?
after reviewing the
Good morning, sir.
recommendation from probation and some of the documentation that's been provided, I'm in agreement with continuing on probation. I note that the recommendation from probation made note that where'd it go? That he's demonstrated his ability to stay sober, that the CPS involvement, they even noted his exceptional cooperation and things like that. So based on that, I don't have a problem with continuing on probation at this point, Your Honor, if the court should agree.
So what kind of treatment are you receiving now? Have you completed what you had started with?
I completed everything. I done the pregnant house, and then I was with the CPS, and then we did image more. Now I'm full-time working, 50 hours a week. So pretty much just all I'm doing is working and sleeping.
Can I ask probation a quick question?
Sure, please.
Are there any programs that you think he needs moving forward, or anything that would help him?
I just want to make sure we maintain sobriety. So, Mr. Wheeler, part of what concerned me here was that for some amount of time, you didn't turn yourself in, you absconded, and I understand that you went and did treatment, but you don't get to make those decisions on your own when you're on probation. So if a motion gets filed, if there's an administrative hearing, whatever it is, if there's a warrant for your arrest for some reason, you don't get to say, well, I'm going to go run and go do treatment, which is great, and I'm glad you did. But if something happens in the future and you relapse and you decide, well, I'm going to go do what I need to do and not what probation's telling me to do.
Notice what just happened. Wheeler admitted to violating probation, and the judge could have sent him straight to prison. Instead, she doubled down on giving him another chance. Do you think judges should be this forgiving, or is this how repeat offenders keep slipping through the cracks?
To revoke your probation, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue you on probation, order that you continue doing everything that probation says you need to. All the classes, if there's some issue and they feel like you need more treatment and they say you need to go to JCDI or they say you need something inpatient, it will be required, or you will be back in here looking at that 2-year term that you already have agreed to. Do you understand? You are substantially behind in your fees. Now that you're working, you need to make a concerted effort to get those paid. At least start whittling down how much you are behind. Anything else, Mr. Nichols?
I think that covers it, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm going to hand you actually, if y'all will sign that and just give them the bottom page. That's just showing that this wasn't an agreement. You have some rights. You can talk to Mr. Kimler about that. Just stay in touch, obviously, with your probation officer and continue doing, hopefully, as well as you have been.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can just give him the back page, Mr. Kimler, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. Some people in. Good morning. Are you Richard Parker Rogers?
Yes, ma'am.
And in 24-2336, Mr. Rogers was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to driving while intoxicated, third or more, and received the pre-sentence report. Is there any, has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Your Honor. Yes.
Are there any additions or corrections?
No, Your Honor, not from the state. Only thing we're asking, Judge, is that he be allowed to do his 10 days on weekends. He has a job. I'm actually related to him, and he is on his own. He went to rehab, and through the help of his mother, and has continued to do aftercare, and the family's been very pleased with what he's done, and he's
Good.
made arrangements with his job that it won't affect his job, so he can do the 10 days on weekends.
Any issue with that? And do you have a vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
And does it have the ignition interlock device in it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you know you can't drive any other vehicle other than that one that has that in it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time, find you guilty of driving while intoxicated, third or more. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 10 years, excuse me, in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections, but suspend that and place you on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay a $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That does include that 10 days upfront time that will start this coming Friday, July 4th at 6 p.m. And then you're going to go every weekend until you satisfy those 10 days. It's very important that you're on time. You get there at 6 o'clock, you're not late. It's very important that you're sober when you get there. A lot of people think that they're going to show up drunk or whatever and sleep it off over the weekend. It's a terrible idea because you'll be in violation of your probation very quickly. You'll have to follow all of the other rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, then this is a great opportunity because for all practical purposes, your case here in court is over and you'll be able to serve that sentence while you're out on probation. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you have agreed to a 10-year sentence in prison. You can be brought back into court, your probation revoked, and you could be facing that 10-year sentence. Do you understand? I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Parker. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation will call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. Houston, Your Honor.
Good morning, ma'am. You're Ramona Houston?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe get this pulled up. And Mr. Johnson, will she waive the formal reading of the indictment?
We will, Your Honor.
And it looks like the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of a Class A misdemeanor DWI. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Houston, in cause number 2136380, again, the state's elected to proceed in the lesser included offense of a Class A misdemeanor DWI, and that would be a DWI second or Class A
Second.
because of the amount?
A second.
A second. And that is from October 4th of 2020. It alleges that you were previously convicted of driving while intoxicated March 15th of 2013. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
And is that prior offense true? Conviction. Are you entering your plea of guilty and true freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And because you actually did what they charged you
Yes,
with?
ma'am.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And the agreement is for 5 days in jail and that you have credit for that, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, I checked. She served 5 days.
Okay.
She was initially arrested.
State tenders number 1.
Without objection, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Houston is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of the Class A misdemeanor of driving while intoxicated. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 5 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You will get credit on that sentence for the time that you were in there before for those 5 days. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. And Mr. Nichols had previously mentioned, it sounds like this is obviously an old case for whatever reason. You're doing great, and I think that's the reason for this plea agreement.
And
So-
she's participating in Veterans Treatment Program in Houston, Your Honor, and our wish is that that not get interrupted, and that she continue her progress there.
Perfect. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Your
Johnson. Good morning, sir. Are you Chad Smith?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Smith was previously in court in cause number 242309, entered a plea of guilty to the third-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. I've received the pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Are there any additions or corrections?
Just an update, Judge. Page 3 shows that Mr. Smith is unemployed. He tells me that he's been working for about 3 weeks at Post Contractors. He's a foreman out there, making about $21 an hour.
So I know y'all know what my concern is here, that there were 2 felony probation just in the last 5 years that were revoked in the last 3 years. 2 different probations, one here and one in Brazoria County. So I don't have good warm fuzzies about you being successful on another probation.
That was a whole nother life ago. I've corrected my life. I've been sober for 3 years now. I've been focusing on nothing but working. This evading arrest was actually a discrepancy that I didn't pull over fast enough with the officer. And I haven't been living that way, over 3 years now. So if you give me a chance, I'll show you that I can do it.
Okay. Mr. Smith, any reasons not to go forward then? All right, so I'm going to give you this opportunity. I do hope you take advantage of it and that you really have made those changes. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of evading arrest or detention with the use of a motor vehicle. Sentence you in accordance with the agreement you made to a term of 10 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections, but I'm suspending that. You'll be placed on probation for 6 years. You're ordered to pay the $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, then as you know, for all practical purposes, your case here in court is over. You'll be able to serve that sentence while you're out on probation. The other side, however, in this case, is you've already agreed to a 10-year sentence. So if you violate your probation, you have that 10-year sentence hanging over your head. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. You've probably already received that, but I'm required to read it. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read the written admonishment I provide you to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk to Mr. Rojas. And it's my understanding, take him down there, and something's going to happen on that misdemeanor this morning.
We're going to dismiss it, Judge, so
Okay.
I can walk down and see if I can find which court is it.
I think it's county court 3.
I can walk down there.
Okay. Okay, so if we can just hold him, if you'll come back and let us know as soon as that's signed, so you don't have to get transported or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay? Yes, sir. And Carnell Beard, Mr. Rojas. Good morning, ma'am. You're Kimberly Scott. And Ms. Scott was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty in cause number 250470 to the state jail felony offense of abandoning or endangering a child. I've received that pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections? All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings, place you on probation for 2 years. You're ordered to pay a $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have the conviction on your record. You're not a convicted felon. And at the end of the probation period, if you successfully complete it, the case will be dismissed. You'll never have a conviction on your record. The other side to that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, found guilty of the offense, and then you could be sentenced to the state jail prison for up to 2 years. Do you understand? And it sounds like everything is going well. You did everything you were supposed to with CPS. Kids are back with you. We talked about this, I think, before, and obviously it sounds like this is something that was out of character and that we shouldn't expect to happen again. So, all right, I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. You just need to have a seat in the courtroom. When probation's ready to go over your paperwork, she'll call you back up to her desk, okay? All right, good luck to you, ma'am. And did you need some time on Paul Castillo?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll hold it. Mr. Rojas, you have a sentencing on Chad Smith. Good morning. You're Martin Ward. Speak up, please.
Yes.
And are you sick, Mr. Ward?
No, but,
I can't, so since, if you're not sick, if you'll just pull it down while you're standing up here away from everybody so I can see your face and hear you. No, I appreciate that. And Mr. Ward, were you able to get someone hired? Who's that? Just tell me who it is.
Okay, it's Scott Minnick. And I'm trying to put the device between that law firm and this other law firm. Pretty much go.
Okay, who's the other?
Scott Minnick and Benjamin Jeffries.
Okay. So if I give you one more reset, you think you'll be able to get one of them hired?
Probably need about 60 days.
Well, I only give 30-day resets, so let's do this. I'm going to reset your case 30 more days. If you're making payments to one of them or saving up, that's fine. Make sure you give me that information when you come back. If for some reason it's not going to work with those two, there's lots of other attorneys that have different payment plans, charge different amounts. Contact some more, bring me that information. If you do get someone hired, just bring the reset notice that you get today to them and they'll tell you what to do, okay? All right, if you'll step in front of the clerk. Shaniqua Washington, Okay. Good morning, sir. You Anthony Salvato? And this is a motion to revoke probation. Ms. Malfino?
Yes, ma'am, Judge. He is not clinically eligible for VA healthcare. However, he is participating fully in the U.S. Vets Houston program, which is a program for his mental health, housing, working, et cetera. I have corresponded multiple times with them. Is everything still going well?
It's
with them?
awesome. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Okay. And so I kind of talked to him about trying to stay involved in that as opposed to hiring necessarily a lawyer at this juncture.
Sure.
And I was wondering if the court would consider maybe allowing us to hold this motion for some short period of time, make sure he is well established in that program. I just hate to see this motion disrupt him from everything that he's doing with that. And I have received continual updated correspondence from them saying he is doing everything they've asked
And
him.
it looks like I have as well. They sent me a letter in May with the same thing, yeah. So let's
I can't
do,
tell you how well I'm doing.
that's great. It's when you find the right place that it's very helpful. So here's what I'll do. I'm just going to reset the case about 60 days based on what Ms. Malfino's telling me. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay in touch with probation. Make sure they know everything that's going on, and then we'll see where we are in 60 days.
And I'll update Mr. Vuitton as well. He's aware.
Perfect.
Of probation.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Good luck. Good morning, ma'am. You're Shaniqua Washington? And Ms. Washington, did you get someone hired? I'm sorry? I need you to speak up. So you already hired him and paid him money on this case? So when you were here before, I told you you had to hire a lawyer, right? So he's not just going to be your court-appointed lawyer down on this case, all right?
But he told me so you want me to hire him? But he told me to represent me with this case too.
Well, but you have to hire him to represent you. I'm not going to appoint him if you made bond. I gave you those rules when you were here before,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So I need you to try to hire someone. It can be him, it can be whoever.
Okay.
If you can't afford to hire someone, you don't know that if you don't talk to some lawyers. That's why I ordered you to talk to at least 3, because they all charge different amounts. They all have different payment plans. These are the same things I said last time.
That's my I had talked to him, he told me it was going to be, but I don't see.
But if you didn't hire him on this case,
I understand.
then he's probably not going to be here. And I don't know if he has something on, or does Joel have something on our docket today? But you need to talk to him about actually hiring him.
Okay.
Because I won't just appoint him because you were appointed down, because it's just different down here on this court.
Okay.
He's not, he's not supposed to be on our docket anyway, so I'm going to reset your case 30 days. Talk to him about hiring him, okay? If that works out, great. If it's not going to work out hiring him, talk to some others, bring me those names, and we'll discuss your options, okay? All right, step in front of the clerk. Donnell Coleman,